Hey there, this is Rising, and welcome back to another gun guide. This is the series where we go deep into all of the important stats for every single weapon in COD Mobile's multiplayer, and towards the end we build up to see some of the most optimal setups for that particular gun. And today, finally, we're diving into the buffed weapons of this season, and as voted by you guys, today we're covering the FFAR 1 Assault Rifle. The base model ported from Black Ops Cold War, the FFAR in this game is a low-damage weapon, requiring a base 5 shots to kill within its first 2 damage ranges, 6 shots to kill within its 3rd damage range, and beyond that it drops to a 7-shot kill. Even though you can achieve fewer shots to kill by hitting certain body parts, they're rather inconsistent for this weapon. Apart from its maximum damage range, you need to land all 4 of its 4 shots to the upper torso or the upper arms in order to achieve 1 less shot to kill. Although on the flip side, headshots are very effective on this gun, as you'll require just 1 or 2 headshots in every single damage range to reduce your shots to kill. However, if we're talking about body shots, your best bet in reducing your shots to kill is in that maximum damage range, where you just need a single shot to the upper torso or the upper arms. Beyond that, it's not practical talking about those multipliers, as they're extremely unforgiving in practical scenarios, and realistically you'll be achieving a 5 or 6 shot kill beyond that range. However, to compensate for its low damage, it has the second fastest rate of fire in its class at 909 rounds per minute. But even with that, unfortunately our 5-shot time to kill is very slow in the current meta at 264 milliseconds. This is so slow that pretty much any full auto weapon will be able to outperform you in the time to kill department within those ranges. Although with its fast rate of fire, missing shots won't be as punishing as some of the other weapons out there. And because of this, you may see a fair amount of success with the FFAR despite having a slower time to kill. So as the gun kills quite slow up close, it should have a really nice range profile, right? Well, unfortunately, our maximum damage range is incredibly tiny at just 6.6 meters, which I believe is shorter than pretty much every single SMG in this game. And on top of that, our base 5-shot range is also very short at 20 meters. So range is something that's going to hard cap this weapon's performance. But fortunately, we do have a couple attachments for this gun that can help in this regard. And generally, I don't cover suppressors, but for today I wanted to point it out, as the agency suppressor on this gun now boosts all of our ranges by 10% while reducing our bullet velocity by 8%. And I don't think I've mentioned it yet, our base bullet velocity with this gun is really nice at 950 meters per second. And with that 8% reduction, it won't be harmed all that much. Now, even though a 10% improvement may not sound so significant on paper, you can always combine it with one of the barrel attachments. And the first 2 barrels have no impact on our ranges, so there's no practical advantage of running them in multiplayer. The 3rd barrel gives us a 20% improvement to our ranges as well as bullet velocity, but in return it comes with significant reduction to our mobility values, so I don't recommend it at all, especially since with the 4th barrel, the Task Force barrel, we get an additional 10% improvement to our bullet velocity than the reinforced barrel. And just like all other Cold War weapons, it also improves our body multipliers. But unfortunately, the only multiplier that it helps is in the upper arms, and as I said earlier, they're the most unforgiving multipliers in the entire body. And even with that damage improvement, it makes it such that you'll need 1 less shot to upper arms in order to get fewer number of shots to kill. Now, even though it improves our ranges and velocity, I don't think that slight improvement to our multipliers really justifies the reason of using this barrel, because with the final barrel, we get a really nice 50% improvement to all of our damage ranges, stretching our 5-shot range all the way till 30 meters, which is a very competitive range for a FFAR. So in my opinion, if you're looking from a practical point of view, the takedown barrel will easily be the best barrel to run on this gun, paired with the agency suppressor, in which case you'll end up with a net 60% range improvement, which is extremely nice for this weapon. As for accuracy, its bullet spread is slightly worse than average for an assault rifle, but that's still fine for the ranges you'll be facing with this gun. Its hipfire spread is more or less standard for an AR, and with its fast rate of fire, you can easily hipfire your way out in those point-blank encounters. Its hit flinch is slightly worse than average, while its bullet impact is standard.
But now for recoil, this is actually a very tricky situation for this gun, because with the first 15 to 20 shots, the recoil kicks basically up to the right, which is quite easy to control. However, after those initial shots, it'll have a sharp lean to the left and climbs up till the end of the spray. So within those initial few shots, you won't be facing any problem, but the moment it changes its direction, it might throw you off target if you're not aware about it. So even though the pattern may look quite simple, I'll still recommend you to practice with this gun in public matches before hopping into ranked, as that sudden change in pattern may get you killed in that process. Moving on to handling stats, our base aim down sight time is standard for an AR at 250 milliseconds, but our sprint out time is on the slower side at 180 milliseconds. All of our mobility stats are bang on average for an assault rifle, although our strafe speed is a little bit on the faster side for an AR. As for magazine capacity, we have 25 rounds with 100 in reserve. Our reload times are also pretty standard at 1.24 seconds for the tactical reload and 1.25 seconds while empty, which you can even speed up to just about a second with sleight of hand. Now this reload time may look average for a 25-round weapon. You must remember that this gun shoots extremely fast and you will be burning through your mag in no time with this. So you must look into either increasing your mag size or reducing your reload time with any of the magazine attachments that we have access to. And the one that I highly recommend for this gun, which is also my personal favorite, is the Salvo 44-round fast mag, because not only it increases our mag size, it also significantly reduces our reload time to under a second. And given its fast rate of fire, it's always nice to begin with a larger magazine at all scenarios. And finally, for our base stats, we're left with material penetration, and it is nothing out of the ordinary for an assault rifle.
But with that, we're done through all of the important stats for the FFAR1, and now's the time to see how to build this gun. And since the FFAR doesn't feature a whole lot of unique attachments, I have only one build for today, which I've optimized to give the best overall results if you want to use this gun. With this, I have the agency suppressor combined with the takedown barrel for a really nice 60% improvement to all of our damage ranges. I also have the striker foregrip because the barrel comes with a hefty reduction to our sprint speed, and the grip helps in mitigating that downside. I have the 44-round fast mag, as I mentioned earlier, and finally the serpent wrap to again compensate for the loss in ADS speed with the mag. With this, our effective 5-shot range goes all the way till 32 meters, while our 6-shot range is incredible at 52 meters. This covers the vast majority of gunfights that you'll be seeing in core multiplayer, and you can easily use this for a flex roll within those ranges. Our bullet velocity is harmed slightly, but it is still very competitive in the current state of the meta, combined with its fast rate of fire. The only stat which is realistically harmed with this setup is our sprint out time. But if you've been playing this game for a while, you should be knowing that there are a handful of ways you can cancel out that sprint to fire delay, meaning you'll be left with practically zero downsides with this setup. Now I know that many of you might be running the Task Force barrel instead, but as I discussed earlier, the improvement to our multipliers is very insignificant, and you're far better off improving your ranges with the takedown barrel instead to get the overall best results with this gun. And there you have it. That's finally going to wrap it up with a breakdown for the FFAR1. And when it comes to my thoughts, as much as I used to love this weapon back in the days, unfortunately I don't think this gun can hold up on its own in the time to kill department anymore. In the current competitive time to kill scenario, it kills way too slow in those close ranges, and you will be outgunned by just about every single weapon in the game. So does that mean it's unusable? Definitely not. It still has a really solid mid-range profile, and with its fast rate of fire, it's quite satisfying to use. It also has pretty decent handling and mobility stats, and paired with a large mag and quick reload, you can absolutely rush around with this weapon and pick enemies off guard. But unfortunately, it's a pretty bad option if you want to use it for competitive play. But that doesn't stop you from using for a nice change of pace. I still love this weapon, and I do come back to using it from time to time. But of course, those were my opinions, and now I'd love to hear what you guys think of the FFAR1. Do you like the fact that it feels very satisfying to use, or you think it's incredibly weak in the current meta and you'd rather use something else altogether? Let me know all those in the comments section down below. I will be continuing with the buffed weapons of the season, so vote in my recent post or comment down below what you'd like me to cover next. And in case you've missed any of my previous gun guides, I'll leave the links to the playlists in the description of this video. If you want builds for all the weapons, then join my Discord server. Also, if you want to support me, then feel free to become a channel member and gain exclusive perks at a very cheap rate. And as always, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to see future content as we're extremely close to 2,000 subs and every support counts. And also leave a like on this video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.